I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, you're recording.
We're recording.
There you go.
Okay, perfect. Well, welcome everyone to 3 Ways to Jumpstart Your Metabolism. We're really excited that you're here tonight, and we want to teach you all about how you can jumpstart your metabolism in order to feel great and lose extra weight that you may have been holding on to for a while. And so if you can just shut off your phone and put it aside for a bit, take some time for yourself. You deserve it. This is your time. So just check out for a while and check in here. We got a lot of great information, and we will be sharing the slides with you after the presentation. So if you want to take notes, great. If that's the way you learn, then do that. And if that's not your style, we'll just send them on over to you afterwards. Okay, that's the housekeeping. All right, so now we're going to move on to, okay, how do I go to my next slide here? There we go. Introductions. So most of you know me. I'm Kat Oga. I live on the South Shore of Boston in a town called Randolph, and I have an office in Norwell. I'm a graduate from Integrative Nutrition, and I'm the founder of Infinite Health and Wellness. I was going to say Integrative Nutrition, I wish. My focus is on helping women take care of themselves, and by clean eating, like cleaning up their diets and taking some time to do some things for themselves, because most women are really busy and they take care of everybody else, but they don't always make the time for themselves just because there's no time left, usually. And that kind of leaves people feeling stressed out, unappreciated, exhausted, and usually burnt out. So the idea is to help these women get back on track with their own health so they have the energy to do all the things that they love outside of their to-do list. And I do this by offering online detoxes and wellness programs that are online, or I also work with people that are one-on-one. So if they want to come to my office, great. I do a lot of phone work. I've got clients all over the country. What started me on my journey was a diagnosis in my 20s, and Dawn, you can probably remember this. I was diagnosed with anxiety and panic disorder, and it was really debilitating. And so what ended up happening was I was prescribed meds like most people are. I took one. It made me have a panic attack. So down the toilet those went. And it just led me on my journey to taking a holistic approach towards my own healing. And so I'm always looking for ways to help myself and help my clients. In addition to being a health coach, I'm also trained as a classical homeopath and an acupressure therapist. I'm really happy to be here with everyone tonight and looking forward to sharing this experience with all of you. And so, Susan, you're up.
Well, hi, I'm Susan Browning. I live in southwestern Indiana. We're like 5 minutes from Kentucky, 30 minutes from Illinois, so down in that far western corner. But my background was in dental hygiene. I did that for 20 years on and off between children. And but I've always been fascinated with optimizing health naturally for the last 10 years or so. I too, we all have similar stories where some health issue or something triggers you checking out more information than what you're being told. But I was diagnosed with the beginnings of osteopenia. And I was shocked because I was weight training. I was in the best shape that I'd ever been, but for some reason, my bone density was a little under par. And that kind of freaked me out. They wanted to put me on Fosamax or Actonel or one of those. And I had the medication sitting on the counter for months because my gut just told me that wasn't the way to do it. I don't know. And so enough research, I saw natural approaches to supporting your bone. And with dental hygiene in the background, I always, misconstrued bone loss in your mouth around your teeth as never been able to, regain it back. So I thought it wasn't possible in your own body's bones, but that's not true, because several years later, through lots of green juicing, I increased my plants, I cut out dairy for the most part. And I know that's counterintuitive, counter what you believe, but I believe through all that I did improve my bone density by 30%. So I'm continually fascinated by what food and living things that we get from the plants world can do for us. But I'm a certified health coach, as these two gals are, owner of Refreshing Lives. I provide the tools and support women need to achieve their own optimal wellness. We all come from different backgrounds, but it's almost like there's a general way to eat that supports everything. But I'm focused on getting all the way down to the bone through clean, living, nutrient-dense whole foods. We've got to get ourselves back to the garden. I think there's magic in there between the oils that come from them and all the plants and the colors. I just think that's the way to healing. So that's me.
Nice.
Hey everyone, I'm Janice Marto, and I have a similar background as the other two gals. Graduated from IIN, and I'm the proud owner of Nourish Whole Self. My background is a little different than theirs. I was vice president of marketing and admissions for a large private colleges and universities, and all that came to a screeching halt when I had to stop everything and move back to Tennessee and take care of two parents who were very sick, my father with cancer and my mom with Alzheimer's. And through taking care of them, I realized that I didn't want to end up that way. So I started getting online and trying to figure out how I could be preventative for myself and to help them get through their illnesses. So I came back to IIN and decided to go back to school. And while doing that, I also ended up having a lot of serious illnesses myself. Had a brain tumor removed. I overcame that. I had to have a complete hysterectomy during that same time. Also liver surgery. So I've been through all the health issues that my main passion now is to help women who want to make sure that they don't take an unhealthy path, or they're already on that path and they want to learn how to get off that path and become more vibrant and to feel better about themselves inside and out and lose those pounds that are stubborn that won't come off. Mm-hmm. But I conduct online detoxes 4 times a year. I have a lot of other different programs on what the need is of the client, gut health, hormonal imbalance. I work one-on-one and group. So we're all very similar in a lot of ways. So that's what pulled us together, because we met at a health coach conference and we're part of a larger group, and we've become friends and decided that we wanted to do a program together and start off with this webinar.
Here we are.
Here we are.
All right. Okay.
Well, we want to welcome you to the start of a happy, healthier new you. We're going to discuss 3 natural ways to support and jumpstart your metabolism, get your energy back. But before we get started, though, we need to go over the basics of metabolism. It sounds sort of like a boring word. What is metabolism? Technically, metabolism is the word to describe all of the biochemical reactions in your body. It's the process by which your body converts what you eat and drink into energy. But during this process, the calories in your food and beverages are combined with oxygen to release energy your body needs to function and fuel everything that you do. Even resting and breathing, your body needs energy to function properly. But what's really important is how fast your metabolism is, and that the things that we can do to boost it. So for some people with too slow of a metabolism, it can cause weight gain. But Janice, can you share some symptoms of a poor metabolism?
Absolutely. I bet you're wondering yourself if you actually have poor metabolism. And, so I wanted to share with you a few of the symptoms that might indicate that your metabolism needs a boost. One of them being adrenal fatigue. And some of you are probably going, well, what is adrenal fatigue? I'm not really sure what that is. But adrenal fatigue is when you feel tired for no reason. You have trouble getting up in the morning, feeling run down and stressed. In other words, your get up and go has got up and went. And also your adrenals. You're probably saying, well, where are my adrenals? I'm not sure where they are in my body. They sit atop your kidneys. Another symptom could be stiffness and inflexibility. Every part of your body just feels tight, and you have difficulty touching your toes, just an overall achiness of your body. You may be suffering from lack of energy. You drag around all day and feel the need to grab that cup of coffee or that sugary snack out of the cupboard or out of that vending machine at work. And you just feel you need that caffeine fix or sugar fix at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You've got that weight gain that just won't go away. The stubborn pounds, they're just hanging on. And you think that you know, if I skip a meal, I may lose a few pounds, but you're doing just the opposite. So you don't want to do that. And there's so many more other symptoms, but these are the main ones that we wanted to focus on this evening. Also, you know, in order to jumpstart your metabolism, you have to understand your BMR, you know, what your BMR rate is, or your basal metabolic rate is. So one thing I'll want to share with you is you might want to write this down, because I want you to make sure and go after our webinar tonight, go online, go to bmrcalculator.com, and you can calculate out exactly what your BMR rate is. But our BMR gradually slows down as we age by approximately 2% every 10 years, beginning in your early to mid-20s. Your BMR is the total number of calories that your body needs to perform basic life-sustaining functions, and it's determined by your body size and composition, your sex, your age, food processing, and your physical activity. Okay, but again, don't forget to do the go to bmrcalculator.com so you determine what yours is. But if you've noticed that every year it becomes harder to eat whatever you want and stay slim, you've also learned that your BMR decreases as you age. Likewise, depriving yourself of food in hopes of losing weight also decreases your BMR, a foil to your intention. So in other words, don't skip a meal. You've got to feed the metabolism. It's just like your car. You know, you can't drive your car without putting gasoline in your car. It's just not going anywhere. Your body's the same way. You've got to fuel your body. And I tell clients this all the time, because they think they can skip a meal and they're going to lose a few pounds. But it's not going to happen. You know, you can increase your BMR through exercise, okay? A regular routine of cardiovascular exercise, and also weight, you know, lifting a few weights. And I'm not talking bodybuilding. You don't need to pump up the muscles unless you want to. But just doing a little body weight, using some hand weights while you're watching TV at night, or walking in the neighborhood, take some 2-pound weights. I see people doing that all the time. You should do that too, because it will definitely increase your BMR and improve your overall health and fitness when your body has the ability to burn energy gradually. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So how do we jumpstart your metabolism, our metabolism? Number one is don't skip breakfast. And I know this seems pretty obvious to most people, and you're probably like, ho hum, but guess what? It is the most overlooked way to jumpstart your metabolism. Most of us have been told not to skip breakfast since we've been little, but that doesn't really hold a whole lot of weight when you're an adult and you're able to make your own decisions, right? So here's the thing. Breakfast is the easiest meal to skip because we're so busy trying to get out of the house in the morning, and it tends to be an afterthought. We skip it because we think we're cutting calories, and to some degree this is true, but by mid-morning and lunch we're starving. And what happens is we end up eating way more calories throughout the day with mindless nibbling and binging throughout the lunch and dinner time. And that just sets us up for failure, unfortunately, which we've all done, right? Who hasn't skipped breakfast and then you think like, all right, no big deal. And next thing you know, you're snacking off of everybody's desk at work, even stuff that you don't like. And you're like, what am I doing? Eating breakfast actually kickstarts our digestion and fires up metabolism, which regulates blood sugar. This keeps our system from crashing. Our body doesn't like being without fuel, like Janice said, and when we crash, we're more likely to grab something for quick energy, and rarely is that healthy, mostly because things that would be sustainable aren't usually available unless you've planned. Studies have shown that people who go without food in the morning do eat fewer calories over the whole day, but they also lack energy and may do less physical activity. So getting back again to what Janice was saying is that, any type of exercise you can do, any type of movement, you're going to be burning calories. And if you don't have the energy for that because you're not eating at regular intervals, then, your metabolism is going to feel sluggish and you're not going to be able to do much of anything other than what you have to get done, which is, not anything that's going to, get things moving in the direction that you want. It's just sustainable stuff. So here's the long and the short of it. Eating sets a variety of biological processes associated with digesting and storing food into action, which result in increased energy expenditure known as diet-induced thermogenesis. Now, of course, I had to read that because there was no way I was going to remember all of it. So in other words, it means, yes, breakfast does kick-start your metabolism. And one thing I like to do if I know I'm going to have a busy morning and I'm not going to have a lot of time, I'm going to fit in everything. I'm going to fit in throwing in a load of laundry, but next thing you know, there's no food. I've prepped nothing. So there are going to be days like that. And ahead of time, if you know about it, you can prep the night before. And one of the things that I like to do is just get a little, Tupperware container. I throw some plain yogurt in it, and then I'll add berries and nuts like walnuts or something, and some maybe gluten-free granola. And then the next morning I can either eat it because it's all ready and prepared. It's not going to take me a lot of time, or I just grab and go and have it when I get to work. Janice, don't you do something with smoothies?
Yeah, it's one thing I do, and I encourage clients to do this as well. I prep my smoothies for the week. I usually do it on Sunday afternoon, or and I'll take my Ziploc baggies and I'll get all my fruits that I want for that week, and I'll put different fruits in the different baggies, and I'll take my greens. It could be kale, it could be arugula, it could be spinach, and sometimes I do a variety of greens, and I'll throw them in those Ziploc baggies, put them in the freezer, and that way in the mornings I can grab one of those out and throw it in the blender and use my liquid. The liquid could be almond milk, it could be coconut milk, it could be coconut water, whatever liquid you want to use. You blend it up. But one thing I did leave out, I add collagen protein powder, and my favorite collagen protein powder is Dr. Axe. And I'm not plugging it because I don't get anything from it, but I do. That's my very favorite one that I always put 2 tablespoons in there, blend it up, put it in my to-go container, and I'm out the door in 5 minutes. So there's no excuse. If you pre-make things ahead of time, you're golden. You're good. Oh, another thing, though, Kat, that I also like to do sometimes the night before, chia pudding.
Yeah.
Chia pudding the night before, and I'll put all my fruits in there, and then just shake it up in my mason jar and put it in the fridge, and it's ready to go the next morning as well. So a lot of easy things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an extra tip I just want to throw in. I don't know if you've ever used matcha tea powder, but if you add a half a teaspoon of that to your smoothie, it has thermogenic effects, fat burning, 137 times more antioxidants than regular green tea. And 1 serving of matcha equals the nutritional content of 10 cups of regular green tea. I've seen that in a number of different people's programs, and I think it's a fun little tip.
Yeah, I love matcha.
And yet it blends, in really well. So you would know what's in there.
Good tips.
But anyway, jumpstart your metabolism. Number 2, staying hydrated. Hydration goes in about every health category there is, since our bodies are made up mostly of water, and without it, we don't live long. On the average, women's bodies are made up of about 55% water. Our lungs are made up of 83% water, our heart and brain 73%, our bones 31%, and our blood 20%. Our body needs water to burn calories and flush. Many people are unknowingly in a state of dehydration, chronic dehydration, and are taking medications that may be warded off by just drinking water. I'll get to that in a minute. There's a book that I've been reading, and it's fascinating. But being dehydrated slows down your metabolism and how well your body functions. It's everything. But the way your blood flows, it can increase your blood pressure. It can make you feel more achy in your joints. It makes you have less energy, more brain foggy. They recommend that we drink about half of our body weight in water. And if you exercise regularly, you also need to add an additional 8 ounces for every 15 minutes of strenuous or moderate exercise that you do. But this man, I don't know if you can see this book. Is it reversed?
No, it says your body's many cries for water.
Yes. Dr. Batman-Geldlich. I'm not really sure, but they refer to him as Dr. Batman. But he wrote a book called Your Body's Many Cries for Water. And his research is incredible. You should see all the doctors' recommendations in the front of it. Medical doctors, not just I don't want to say just, chiropractors or anything like that, but people that are saying it's amazing how one habit could possibly prevent the high blood pressure, some asthma symptoms, arthritis, depression, like I said, all of those things.
Susan, can we get that info maybe and put it in like the
Yes.
follow-up emails? Because I
Yes.
don't want to run short on time.
Yes, definitely.
Through the rest of the slides, so we can
Yes.
get that to folks later.
Yeah, I don't even know where we are. So,
So I think we're up to cleanse your system.
Yeah. The final way we'll go over is a healthy and natural way to not only jumpstart your metabolism, but to jumpstart your overall health and help you discover your best and healthiest self. I've always used these methods myself for years, and it helped me overcome many of my health struggles and led me to where I am, helping you here today. But, just imagine, banishing the belly bloat for good. We've all suffered from belly bloat at one time or another, and I'm sure a few of us on the call tonight are, have a little belly bloat, and we just hate it. We just don't know how to get rid of it. But just imagine being able to fit into that cute outfit, that cute summer outfit, without being uncomfortable and trying to zip up those cute pants, and not wanting to put on a bathing suit because we've got that belly bloat going on. But also imagine losing 5 to 10 pounds without dieting or depriving yourself of food. Remember, you have to feed your metabolism. You don't want to starve yourself thinking that you're going to lose a few pounds by starving yourself. You want to feed yourself, feed your body and your metabolism so you can lose that weight. But also imagine feeling more energetic than you ever thought possible. Wouldn't that be awesome without reaching for that caffeine or that sugary treat in the afternoon? Also imagine learning how to care for your body in its unique ways. Okay, we're all unique in our own ways. What's healthy for me may not be healthy for Susan. And what's healthy for Susan may not be healthy for Kat. We all have our own unique ways. We all have our own sensitivities to certain foods, and we don't realize it until we learn how to recognize these things. So, now we want to talk to you a little bit about a new program we put together that's going to help you overcome some of these obstacles in just 28 days. Can you imagine feeling better about yourself and looking good, and you're feeling good from the inside out in 28 days? That's not really a long time. So now Kat's going to share some of that information with you.
All right. So here's the thing. I think we all agree that diets don't work. They're too extreme. They're hard to maintain, and they don't last. And that just leads people to feeling frustrated and also thinking that you're always failing, which you're not. Anytime you can pick up one little thing from anything you do, that is a new tool in your tool belt. And there is no failure, but these things kind of are set up to make it look like you're failing. So hopefully you found the information that we've been sharing with you so far helpful. And if that's interesting to you and you like what you're hearing, one of the things that we have, like Janice was saying, is this 28-day program. It's called Slim, Sexy, and Smart, and that's exactly what you'll be once you've completed it. So our focus is around healthy eating. We'll be showing folks ways to reduce stress that are actually fun, things that bring a little bit more joy back into your life, because I think that's what's missing. And when you don't have a balance amongst all the different areas of your life, that's when health starts to erode. We'll be focusing on moderate exercise. Again, no heavy lifting here, just movement in general. It could be cleaning the house. Proper supplements, because sometimes people don't know what supplements they should be on, or even what brands are helpful, that they're not just wasting their money. And lots of self-care. We'll start out with the basics, and then we'll build upon that with more advanced, slim, sexy, and smart tools to keep momentum going, because that's really where the magic happens, is when you get a little bit of momentum going, and then, you start to lose the weight, you start to feel more energized, and you're overall a lot more happy. And best of all, you'll be losing weight without dieting and discovering how to eat your way to your version of you and enjoy yourself while you're doing it. And so, that's really the best way to do anything, especially when you're trying to take care of yourself. So here's what comes with the program. We have a private Facebook accountability group for daily support. We have these really amazing guided meditations by this woman named Shell Hamilton, and she's a trained hypnotherapist and meditation guide. She actually has a podcast called Meditation Minis that you might have heard of her. And so we'll have those. It's a modular-based program, so there's emails to keep you on track. Weekly raffle prizes. Yes, we're bringing in raffle prizes just to keep people motivated. And then we'll have a kickoff webinar similar to this one on June 1st so that we can talk about how people can prepare so you don't feel like, I don't know what to do. Sometimes you sign up for these things and it's just all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be doing something and I don't know what it is. There'll be no surprises. We'll be helping you. There's $50 in savings if you sign up by June 1st. We have a coupon code SSS50, and that information will be emailed to you after the call so that you can check out the program a little bit more in depth. And of course, you get the three of us helping you every step of the way. And as was mentioned in some of the email blasts that were going out, we promised for the folks that would stay to the end that you'll be getting a bonus. And so what we're offering you is a 48-hour smoothie challenge, which has tons of recipes. And you can probably throw some together, like Janice was saying, and have them prepped and ready to go when you're trying to prep better and boosting your metabolism by, starting to eat breakfast pretty regularly. So I just want to open it up for questions before we wrap up. Does anybody have any thoughts or things that you want to share?
I don't have any questions, but I just have to say that you ladies are wonderful and lovely. And Kat, you know how much I adore you. And I wanted to say thank you. I jumped on here because I'm a beach body coach. That's how I met Kat and down with her wonderful homeopathic strategies. And I knew all this. I'm not going to lie. This is not, new to me. But I personally have hypothyroidism, and that is an automatic killer of your metabolism. And I think there isn't enough known about the problem for people who have it to understand what it really does to you. And I think specifically, that's what I'm trying to figure out, is how to jumpstart a metabolism that doesn't like to be jump-started. Mm-hmm. I eat breakfast and I do the berries and the pumpkin seeds, and I eat my salads with my kale and my proteins and vegetables, and I'm on all that. But so I think I'm on here for a little bit of a different reason. Not that I don't think this is great, and it's very valuable to many. So I just wanted to share that and say thank you. Sorry, I told you the dog would bark. But I think that this is something that a lot of people could use. And, Kat, we do like the 21-day ultimate reset and stuff like that. And it's more of all of this that I think everybody could definitely benefit from. So if there's anything I can do to help get more people involved in this. But it seems to me it's hard to do this, to commit to this. And that's where my head is I'm afraid to commit to something like this for 28 days. So what is your guidance on getting over the fear to commit to a healthy cleanse type lifestyle for 28 days? How do you get over that fear?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I think it's when people invest money in themselves, especially women, the one thing that kind of keeps us on the fence is that we're afraid that we're not going to do it. We're not going to use it. And so I guess that's an area where we have to challenge ourselves and just say, you know what, I'm worth it. And I am going to do this, and I am going to make myself a priority. And if that's a struggle for anybody on this call, one of the things that we can tell you is within the private Facebook group, share that with us, and we will make sure that we are, attentive to what it is that you need to get through this process. Janice or Susan, do you have any thoughts?
No, definitely. I think it's just, we would hold you accountable. I mean, we're going to be in the Facebook group every day, each one of us. And we're going to be sharing a lot of information with you and answering your questions. And if you want to talk offline, private messaging with us as well, I mean, we're there because we want you to succeed. That's what it's all about. But I was also going to tell you, have you tried, because I have thyroid issues too. And one thing that does help me somewhat, I do eat 2 Brazil nuts a day. And that does help somewhat.
You eat what?
2 Brazil nuts a day.
Oh, Brazil nuts.
Yes.
You eat 2 Brazil nuts a day? Come on. That's it?
That's not all I do, but I mean,
Not easy.
All right, Janice, don't share all the tips.
no, but yeah, it does help.
Really?
Yeah, try it.
2 Brazil nuts. I will try anything.
Without fail, do it every day. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you're not
I'll
gonna see immediate
try it.
results. It's going to take time, just like everything. But try it, because a naturopathic doctor told me that 6 months ago, and I've been doing it every day. It does help, and it's helped my numbers, because I went to my endocrinologist a couple of weeks ago, and my numbers are even better now. So,
Really? All right, I'm going to get some Brazil nuts tomorrow.
go get them. Anyway.
Anybody else have questions before we wrap up? We've got about 4 minutes left. Anyone? Don't be shy.
Now, one thing with a lot of groups, you don't get 3 health coaches, so just keep that in mind.
That's right.
Well, I think there'll be a lot of energy in there
Oh, it's gonna
too.
be fun. I'm just so excited about it, because I'm going to do the program too. We're all going to do it. So we'll be all in it together. So it'll be fun.
And I'm sorry, so where do you sign up? Did you say where to sign up?
You'll get a follow-up email either later on tonight or early tomorrow, and it'll have all the details in it, so you can go and look at the what do you call it, the website, to see all the details. And
Okay.
you know, and if you have more questions, just reach out to us on Facebook. We're happy to answer. You have my number. You can give me a jingle.
Yep. I'll definitely check out the website when you guys put it up there.
Yeah. Okay, good. And I have some info too that I'll be, if there are people with thyroid issues that are in the group, and that tends to be a theme, we're gonna share what we know with you, because we've all been through it. I was diagnosed with leaky gut and low thyroid, so I've been through all that too, and I was able to kind of turn what was pretty much like adrenal burnout, where I couldn't even think straight. I couldn't make a decision to save my life after my husband went through 2 back surgeries, to within 2 weeks feeling more like myself, and within 1 month feeling better than I ever had in my life, which was incredible. I wouldn't have even thought it possible. So sometimes things happen.
Well, I'm definitely interested in talking to you guys more. That's for sure.
Yeah, because I know, Kat, we're very similar, because adrenal fatigue for me, hypothyroidism, leaky gut, candida, you name it, I've had it all. A brain tumor, liver dysfunction, all that, yeah. So
Right.
we've been through it. We've been through the fire, so to speak.
Yeah. So we'll be there with you. We'll be helping everyone every step of the way. We hope you'll be there. So just in wrapping up, thanks everyone for coming tonight. This has been recorded. We will share the recording with you through email. And you're welcome to view it again if you want, and reach out to us if you have any questions. Just let us know. We're happy to help any way we can.
Excellent. Thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you all.
Thank
Nice to
you.
meet you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.